Hey there, everybody. Welcome to our review of NCIS Season 19, Episode 10, Pledge of Allegiance. We are back after an extended NCIS hiatus.
Happy 2022 to everybody. Hope
Yes.
everybody is having the new year treating them well, filled with lots of joy. We wish the best for you guys and thank you for joining us for, our first NCIS of the year.
So we know who else is feeling pretty good right now. It's got to be McGee and Jimmy Palmer, who now find themselves $10,000 richer each.
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't a lot of sort of personal stuff going on in this episode. There
Yeah.
were a couple things that we'll talk about the case of the week. I mean, there is some stuff to discuss, including a crossover. It's happening. So
Yeah.
we will talk about all of that, but hit that subscribe button. We're here talking about NCIS every single week. And, we want you to be along for the ride with us.
All right. So can we just start with Gibbs, the ghost of Gibbs, coming back to the show and being like, Torres, McGee, not Torres, McGee, Palmer, grab your listen, the ghost of Gibbs sometimes forget who he's
just
talking
giving money
to.
everybody.
The ghost of Gibbs is basically Oprah. Here we go. McGee, Palmer. Here, see, I'm leaving this in. We're gonna keep going. Here's $10,000. Your kids better grab your gear. That is what is
And
happening.
go to college.
I went really
No,
far for a bad joke there. That's all I gotta say.
No, it was a really nice thing. I mean, the show's not going to ever pretend like, Gibbs never existed or he's not part of this
Yeah.
universe anymore. He is still part of it. He is still out there. I don't believe that people just aren't talking to him at all anymore. I think he's still in touch. It's just, we don't get to see it. So it was nice to find out. We saw McGee had $10,000 pinned
Yeah.
into his account. Jimmy, $10,000. I don't really know what it's for. Jimmy does, make this note that it's there for his kid and that it's not his. So it does turn out that Gibbs has been doing this for a while.
Yeah.
It seems that the first person he ended up doing this for, of course, was Kelly. We know what happened. And then
Yeah.
he ended up giving that money to Vance for his kid when, around the same age as McGee's kids and, Jimmy's kids.
Gibbs has got a big heart. I think that much is very, very much clear. Like, one of my big questions at the moment is where Gibbs found a bank in that remote area of Alaska that he apparently is at the moment, but he Gibbs is resourceful.
He may have just called in to Vance and was like, hey,
Yeah.
transfer this money for me, please. I like I said, I think he's still in touch with people.
Yeah.
Not necessarily regularly all the time. He was never really that regular with that kind
Yeah.
of stuff, anyways. But I think that that's probably what happened. I mean, Vance already knows about the fund, so he probably just called him up and was like, "Hey, send the money out."
I think more than anything, this is just another reminder that NCIS isn't kicking Mark Harmon to the curb. Like, he's still in the opening. They still talk about him. I think we'll probably see Gibbs again before the end of the season in some form.
Yeah, I mean, I know that there's a lot of talk about him still being in the credits and still being at the front of the credits, but I mean, we all have to kind of remember that stuff like where you are in the credits or if you're in the credits and all that, how you are credited is all in actors and actresses' contracts. It's something that I learned about when I was making a film way back in the day. It is negotiated into people's contracts where they're gonna land in the credits and for how many episodes, how that's all gonna happen. So I'm sure that Mark, he was in 4 episodes already, that it's just in his contract that it's like, I am the star of the show. I am still in, the first 4 episodes. Maybe he will show up a bit later. I mean, Ducky still has like a credit that's like and with or something like that, which is like a really big credit as well.
Yeah.
Those like specialized credits at the end, they're important. They stand on their own. He is barely on the show anymore.
No.
So I mean, that's what's happening, guys.
Gibbs, I believe in you. Here's what you need to do. You need to negotiate a return. And I'm not like trying to dog
No,
on our boy Parker, but
I think he's coming back. I do. No one has like really said that he's gone. He's gone for good. He's not ever coming back. Like, it's just hasn't been out there.
No, and maybe they're just all keeping it very, very tightly under wraps. Maybe it's something that could come around come finale time, but I think it's time now to turn.
Oh, it's time. The ship is happening.
That's right.
Ship is sailing. We are having the Jimmy, Jessica. It is so early on in this, but you know what?
Yeah.
There's like been some chemistry with these two since like the first time they were sort of just like talking. There's just this natural back and forth friendship for now. But she mentioned his cute dimples.
Yes.
Cute dimples. Yes, that could be just friendly, and we could be rolling on here with some nonsense.
Okay.
However,
Knight in Shining Palmer, everyone. Okay, here's the thing. Have you ever complimented your friend on their dimples? Because I gotta say, for me,
yes.
You. Congratulations. You have. I have not.
Okay, listen. I have complimented people on. It doesn't. Listen, a compliment does not have to be romantic. It doesn't.
No, it's
you
true.
You can be like, hey, I like your dress. Hey, your dimples are cute. Hey, you got some nice hair today. Those things are all very normal. So could this just be friendship? And she's just like, oh, Jimmy and his cute dimples. Yes, 100% it could be that. However,
yes.
you like sort of folded into this natural chemistry that's there, this very sort of genuine friendship, which, you know, a lot of the best relationships start with friendship, and it's starting to add up. The glass is filling.
Yeah, and as all of you probably know right now, I am completely delusional with this idea that this ship is going to happen soon because NCIS takes forever on such things. But
soon? Oh.
Listen, I saw...
What show are you watching? This is not how ships work on this.
Saw Brian Dietzen respond to somebody on Twitter a while back saying that, you know, Jimmy needs a little bit of love. So I feel like in my heart, Brian knows that this ship is going to sail, and he's co-writing an episode. Maybe he put a lot of ship stuff in there.
No, I think that he probably knows that they're playing around with this right now a little bit, and they are, and that's fine, but soon the show is still NCIS. It is years to wait for stuff. We've just watched so many ships just end in a kiss and then they're gone. Like, it's just not that type of show. However, we can really enjoy the chemistry that's there, the friendship that's, you know, obviously there, the possible romance that is possibly budding.
Let's touch on briefly now the big case at the center of Pledge of Allegiance. Because, I mean, one of the challenges, of course, with the show being so procedural is so many of these cases just always kind of tend to blend together. Or the other possibility or the other thing that kind of makes me a little bit nervous going into some of these is anytime I see a guest star who I'm really familiar with, like Amanda Schull played Kay Barlow. And for those who don't know her, she was Katrina Bennett on Suits. I will always endorse anyone on Suits appearing on any show ever. Yeah. And I was like, okay, they got a big name guest star for this Kay Barlow role. It can't just be like the, you know, shocked fiance who's like trying to prove that, you know, the man she loves isn't. Like, there's obviously some sort of twist here. So this entire case just felt really predictable to me.
I didn't know who she was. I haven't seen Suits. I'm not familiar with her, but it was obviously her from the get-go. It was just, she was too like, oh my God, I can't believe it. And I was just like, okay, it's obviously her. And I just didn't really know what the twist would be. Like, why is she doing this? Like, where is it going with this? And, you know, it was okay.
That's
like, it just wasn't, this isn't a case of the week that's going to stick with me. They've had some really good ones that have really stuck with me over the years. And then they've had some like this one where I was like, well, it's obviously not the Navy guy. It's not him. Yeah. He's not the guy. It is obviously his fiance. But then it's just kind of like, okay, then there better be like a really good payoff and why she's going to do this. It was okay.
that's where I'm just disappointed in this episode, because like, and this may just be the Suits fanboy in me speaking, but I just felt like, okay, if you're gonna bring a guest star like her on board, I would have even been okay if it turned out that she was responsible, but she sort of became into like a big bad role, or she had some sort of larger arc where she was working under somebody, and then that person becomes the big bad. But even like the person who supposedly indoctrinated her, like apparently that person was also taken down in this episode.
Yeah, I mean, her role is done.
No, that's it. So there was no larger story arc, and I wish we had a larger story arc at this point as well.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, we all watch NCIS for different reasons. Some of the stuff that I like the most about it are when they do sort of a couple episode arcs with it, and they let us get to know, the cast better, a little bit more personal stories for characters, stuff like that. But there's a lot of people out there that love watching this show for exactly these episodes. It's TV comfort food. You jump in, you get to watch a cool episode, a cool case, and then you get out. And you don't have to necessarily watch them in any kind of order. It is like you just get in, you get out. And that's the magic of the show, and one of the reasons why it has gone on for so many seasons. But for me, after getting all that Gibbs stuff at the beginning, and I know it sucked because he was leaving and everything, but the arc was so good. Like, I would just like to see another arc somewhere in here, and I hope that maybe there will be one coming up.
Yeah, I would even just settle for like a half and half. You can have your sausage and your pepperoni on your pizza. Just like find a way to kind of combine a couple of different things and make it something that we can really enjoy a lot of different elements in one episode. So, okay, there's a couple of other things that are out there. Jess mentioned one of them with great excitement. There is a crossover coming up in March.
Yep. NCIS Hawaii is happening.
I'm curious to see how this is going to work, because it's not like these two shows like frequently mention each other all the time. Also, it seems like Wilmer is one of the people going and doing this, and that kind of leads into the other thing. Like, the news has come out ever since the last NCIS episode that like he has a new sort of Zorro series that is kind of in development at Disney. I don't think like a new network home or anything official has come from it yet, but of course this should all have us worried that Torres may be leaving at the end of the season.
Maybe. I mean, yes, it's in development, but I mean, 6 Feet Under is also in redevelopment. It's coming back. Maybe, who knows? I mean, yeah, it probably will come together as something, but they may find a way to be able to. Maybe they're going to limit him on NCIS. Maybe he'll leave. Maybe he'll find a way to do both things. It just depends on what they decide to do. Like, how many episodes, is it going to get past the pilot? Like, nobody knows yet, right? Like, it's still no alarms yet.
Watch them give Torres a new love interest over the next few weeks, and then he leaves, and then he kisses them in the final episode.
Oh my God, I'm done with that. They need to stop with that.
No.
Stop it.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll tie all this together here, but obviously we're hoping for a little bit more out of NCIS, maybe even just some sort of arc. But yeah,
because the other thing is just I still don't know anything about Jessica Knight except that she's got like this budding friendship going on with Jimmy. I just don't know enough about her yet. We're like 10 episodes in, like plus the episodes we got from her for last season. Like I really need to get to know her, and I need to get to know Parker a bit better. I am not invested in them yet. I don't dislike them by any means. I would like to start to like really care about them the way that I do about like Jimmy or Vance or me, there needs to be something more.
Steve, I know you're watching 14 minutes in. Look at us.
Are you talking to Steve Binder? Yeah. He is not watching this video. And he is not watching 14 minutes
Steve, well, these are two people who want nothing more from you than to just give us some more, character tidbits. Let us know these people better, Also
post more fun videos about your kids.
See, okay.
I love them. They're so wholesome.
Okay,
He
see-
is such a dad. Such a dad.
See, you know, this will win him over after I have basically just been like, give me this or that or else.
Hey, I just demanded more fun, wholesome kids
That's
videos.
wholesome. Everybody
He
likes
is not
wholesome.
watching this video.
Okay, well-
It's all right. But for those of you who are, hit that subscribe button and stick around.
All right. Well, we will see you guys here next time.